This massive event happens once every 10 years. Every major species brings their finest warships to display. The exhibition takes place in neutral space near the center of the galaxy. Thousands of ships gather. Millions watch through broadcasts across hundreds of worlds. The exhibition is more than just a show. It is a competition, a way for species to demonstrate power, to intimidate rivals, to attract allies. Military strength determines political influence in the galaxy. The species with the most impressive fleet commands the most respect. Commander Dravis arrives representing the Korthan Empire. His species has dominated galactic military affairs for 2 centuries. The Korthan fleet is legendary. Massive battleships covered in heavy armor, weapons that can destroy planets, shields that can withstand any known attack. Dravis stands on the observation deck of his flagship. The vessel is called Eternal Dominance. It stretches 5 kilometers long, carries a crew of 10,000, mounts enough firepower to conquer entire star systems. He feels immense pride looking at his ship. This year will be easy, Dravis tells his second officer. No species can match Korthan military engineering. Our victory is certain. Other species arrive throughout the day. Each brings their best warships. Each believes they have a chance to win. The Vrakshan Collective brings sleek vessels focused on speed. Their ships move faster than anything else in the galaxy. They rely on hit-and-run tactics. Strike quickly and retreat before enemies can respond. The Pylian Commonwealth displays heavily armed cruisers. Their philosophy is simple: maximum firepower. Every available space on their ships holds weapons. Missiles, plasma cannons, kinetic guns. Everything designed to overwhelm enemies with pure destructive power. The Fenner Unity presents elegant ships with advanced shields. Their defensive technology is unmatched. Their vessels can absorb tremendous damage and keep fighting. They believe the best defense is never getting hit. 6 more species arrive, each with unique designs, each with different philosophies, each absolutely convinced their approach is superior. The exhibition grounds fill with impressive vessels: battleships, cruisers, destroyers, carriers, every type of military ship imaginable. The combined firepower could sterilize hundreds of worlds. The display of strength is meant to maintain peace through intimidation. Admiral Kessa oversees the entire exhibition. She is neutral. Her species does not participate in military competitions. They simply organize events and keep peace. She watches the arriving fleets with experienced eyes. They are all so proud, her assistant observes, so certain of their superiority. Pride comes before disaster, Kessa replies quietly. But let them have their moment. Soon enough, reality will teach humility. The opening ceremony begins. Representatives from each species gather in a massive conference hall built specifically for this event. Holographic displays show their fleets outside. Each representative stands to speak about their military achievements. Dravis goes first. He is the defending champion. The Korthan Empire has maintained galactic security for 200 years. Our fleet is the strongest. Our technology is the most advanced. Our warriors are the bravest. We welcome any species to challenge our dominance, but we know none can succeed. Polite applause follows, but several representatives look annoyed. Dravis's confidence sounds like arrogance to them. Next speaks Ambassador Theron of the Vrakshan Collective. Speed defeats strength. Our vessels can strike before enemies know we are there, disappear before they can respond. The Korthan may have size, but we have agility. In modern warfare, agility wins. More applause, slightly more enthusiastic. Species that dislike the Korthan appreciate hearing them challenged. One by one, representatives speak. Each praises their own fleet. Each claims superiority. Each believes victory is certain. The speeches become repetitive, boring. Each species says the same thing in different words. We are the best. Then Admiral Kessa stands. Thank you all for participating. Before we begin the formal competition, I have an announcement. We have one additional participant this year, a species that has never entered before. They requested entry only 3 days ago. The council approved their participation. Murmuring fills the hall. Who would join so late? What species has been hiding their military power? Please welcome, Kessa announces, the human delegation. The hall falls silent. Confused silence. Humans? The newcomer species. The primitives who only discovered space travel 20 years ago. Why would they embarrass themselves here? 3 humans enter the hall. They wear simple uniforms. No decorations, no medals, no symbols of rank or achievement. Just plain dark blue clothing. They walk calmly to the speaker platform. The lead human is a woman. Middle-aged, short gray hair, calm expression. She looks completely unbothered by the stares and whispers around her. I am Captain Rodriguez, she says simply. We bring one ship to display. We do not expect to win. We are new to galactic affairs, but we wish to participate, to learn, to observe. We hope you will welcome us despite our inexperience. The humility surprises everyone. Most species arrive boasting, claiming superiority, demanding respect. These humans admit they are inexperienced, ask for welcome, seem genuinely modest. Dravis laughs, not cruel laughter, just amused. Of course you are welcome, Captain. Competition is open to all species. We look forward to seeing what humanity built. I am sure it will be educational, for you to see real military vessels. Other representatives chuckle, not meanly, just patronizingly. Like adults humoring a child who wants to play with the grown-ups. Humans are so young, so new, so primitive compared to species with thousands of years of spaceflight experience. Thank you, Rodriguez replies. No anger, no embarrassment, just polite acknowledgement. Our ship will arrive tomorrow morning. We look forward to the exhibition. The humans leave quietly. The meeting continues, but now representatives talk about the humans. Making jokes, placing bets on how primitive their ship will look, wondering if it will even function properly. I give them credit for courage, Theron says. Bringing a ship here knowing it cannot compete, that takes confidence or foolishness. Probably foolishness, Dravis replies, but harmless foolishness. Let them participate. Learn how far behind they are. Perhaps it will motivate them to improve faster. The representatives laugh and return to discussing serious competition. The human entry becomes a footnote, an amusing distraction. Nobody considers them a real participant. That night, in their quarters, Captain Rodriguez meets with her 2 companions. Commander Hayes, a young officer with sharp eyes. Dr. Chen, a scientist who helped design their ship. They dismissed us completely, Hayes observes, exactly as expected. Good, Rodriguez replies. Let them underestimate us. Tomorrow will be more impactful that way. Are you certain we should reveal this much? Chen asks nervously. Once they see what we built, we can never take it back. The secret will be out. Rodriguez nods slowly. Command approved this mission. They decided the time for hiding is over. The galaxy needs to understand what humanity is capable of. Not to threaten them, but to ensure they never threaten us. She walks to the window, looks out at the hundreds of alien warships floating in space. Impressive vessels, powerful vessels, built by species with centuries of experience. Tomorrow, Rodriguez says quietly, they learn that experience is not the same as innovation. That age is not the same as advancement. That humanity may be young, but we are not weak. The 3 humans rest. Tomorrow will change everything. Tomorrow, the galaxy discovers what happens when humans decide to stop hiding. Tomorrow, the bragging stops. And the silence begins. Morning arrives at the exhibition grounds. Representatives gather early on observation platforms. Everyone wants good positions to watch the competitions begin. The mood is festive, excited. Species place bets on which fleet will perform best. Vendors sell food and drinks. Children play in designated areas. The exhibition is part military display, part festival. Dravis stands with other Corthan officers on their flagship's observation deck. They review the competition schedule. First will be speed trials, then weapons demonstrations, then shield tests. Finally, tactical maneuvers. Each category reveals different capabilities. The Vrexians will likely win speed, one officer predicts. Their ships are built for nothing else. We will dominate firepower and shields, another adds confidently. No question there. And tactical maneuvers? Dravis asks. Ours or the Thenner? Probably ours. Experience matters in complex operations. Dravis nods agreement, then remembers something. What about the humans? When does their ship arrive? An officer checks the schedule. They requested a late arrival slot. Said something about final system checks. They should be here within the hour. Probably fixing whatever broke on their journey here. Another officer jokes. The group laughs. Across the exhibition grounds, other species discuss the same topic. The human entry has become a source of amusement, a curiosity, something to watch for entertainment rather than serious competition. Just do it, Kessa orders. Her tone allows no argument. Move them now, before the human ship arrives. The assistant sends the orders. Slowly, the massive observation platforms begin repositioning. Moving further from the exhibition space, the representatives notice and complain. They want closer views, but Kessa's authority is absolute. The platforms move. Why are we moving back? Theron demands over the communication channel. We can barely see the ships from this distance. Safety precaution. Kessa replies simply. New participant. Unknown capabilities. Better safe than surprised. The humans. Dravis laughs. You cannot be serious. What could their primitive ship possibly do that requires extra safety distance? Kessa does not answer. She just watches the space where the human ship will arrive. Waiting. Time passes. The exhibition schedule shows 5 minutes until the human arrival window. Representatives grow impatient. Some think the humans changed their minds. Got embarrassed. Decided not to show up after all. Typical, one representative mutters. Humans promise much and deliver nothing. Then something changes. Sensors begin detecting unusual readings. Not a ship approaching. Something else. Energy signatures that make no sense. Space itself seems to shimmer in one area. What is that? An officer asks aboard the Corthan flagship. I do not know, the sensor operator replies. The readings are strange, like space is bending somehow. Distorting. The shimmering intensifies. Visible now to the naked eye. A sphere of distorted space growing larger. Expanding. The effect is beautiful and unsettling. Like reality itself is being pulled aside. Then, with no warning, a ship emerges, not flying into view, not appearing gradually, simply existing where nothing existed a moment before, as if it stepped through a door in space itself. The human battleship hangs in space before them, and every representative falls completely silent. The ship is massive, easily twice the size of the Corthan flagship. But size is not what stuns them. The design is unlike anything anyone has ever seen. No traditional hull shape, no obvious weapons, no visible engines. The vessel looks organic. Smooth curves, flowing lines, like something grown rather than built. The surface is not metal, not armor plating, something else. a material that seems to shift colors slightly. Dark blue flowing to deep purple to black. Like staring into deep water. The effect is hypnotic. Scan it. Dravis orders. His voice barely functions. Get me detailed readings of that vessel. The Corthan sensors focus on the human ship. Data begins flowing. Then alarms start sounding. Multiple alarms. Systems reporting impossible readings. Commander, the sensor officer says shakily. The readings make no sense. The power output is higher than our entire battle group combined. The energy signature suggests a reactor type we have never seen. And the mass readings are wrong. The ship is too large for the mass shown. Like most of it does not exist in normal space. Dravis stares at the data. His mouth opens but no words come out. Every number contradicts what he knows about ship design, about physics, about reality. Aboard the observation platforms, similar scenes play out. Every species scanning the human ship. Every species getting impossible results. Confusion spreads quickly. Then fear. This cannot be real, Theron whispers. Humans only discovered faster than light travel 20 years ago. They could not build this. Could not develop technology this advanced so quickly. But the ship is there. Real. Undeniable. Hanging in space like a challenge to everything the galaxy believes. Admiral Kesso watches the reactions with a slight smile. She knew. She saw the preliminary data 3 days ago when humans requested entry. She tried to warn the Council. They did not listen. Dismissed her concerns. Now they see. Captain Rodriguez's voice broadcasts on all frequencies. Calm, professional. This is the human battleship Defiance. We apologize for the unusual arrival method. Our propulsion system creates spatial distortions. We hope we did not alarm anyone. We are ready to participate in the exhibition whenever convenient. Silence greets her words. Nobody responds. Everyone is still trying to process what they are seeing. The Defiance begins moving. Not with visible thrust. Not with engine flare. It simply glides forward smoothly. Effortlessly. Like friction does not exist. Like physics does not apply. The movement is perfectly controlled. Perfectly silent. How is it moving? An engineer aboard the Pelion cruiser asks. I detect no propulsion signature. No exhaust. No reaction mass. Nothing. It just moves. Impossible, his commander replies. But the word sounds hollow. The impossible ship moves regardless of what anyone thinks. The Defiance takes a position in the exhibition formation. It dwarfs every other vessel there. Makes the legendary Corthan flagship look small by comparison. Makes every proud warship look primitive. Rodriguez broadcasts again. We are in position. Thank you for accommodating our late arrival. We look forward to learning from the experienced species here. Please proceed with the scheduled competitions. The polite humility stings worse than arrogance would. Humans arrive in a ship that makes everyone else look outdated. Then act like they are the students, like they have something to learn. The contradiction is painful. Dravis finally finds his voice. Captain Rodriguez, your vessel is impressive. May I ask about its capabilities? For the competition records? Of course, Rodriguez replies. The Defiance is a heavy battleship. Crew of 5,000. Multiple weapons systems. Advanced defensive capabilities. Standard human military design. Nothing special by our standards, but we are happy to demonstrate whatever you wish to see. Nothing special, by human standards. The words echo across every communication channel. If this is standard, what do their special ships look like? Let us begin with speed trials, Kessa announces. She needs to keep the exhibition moving. Give people something to focus on besides their shock. All vessels proceeding to the designated speed course. The ships begin moving into position. The Defiance glides among them. Silent, graceful, terrifying. Aboard the Vraxian flagship, Theron watches the human ship with growing dread. His species built their entire military strategy around speed, around being faster than enemies. But looking at the Defiance, he knows, somehow knows, that ship can move faster than anything they built. This changes everything, he whispers to his second officer. We do not know what it can do yet, the officer replies. Perhaps it is just large. Perhaps speed is sacrificed for size. Theron shakes his head. No, look at it. Really look at it. That design is not about size. It is about efficiency. Perfect efficiency. Every curve serves a purpose. Every line reduces resistance. That ship was built by people who understand movement better than we do. Better than anyone does. The speed course is ready. A straight line through space. 3,000 units long. Sensors positioned along the route to measure velocity. Simple test. Oldest competition in the exhibition. Vraxian vessel. Kessa announces, you may begin when ready. The Vraxian ship launches forward. Its engines flare bright. It accelerates hard, faster and faster. The speed is impressive. The fastest ship in the galaxy performing at peak capability. It completes the course in 47 seconds. Cheers erupt from the Vraxian delegation. 47 seconds is a new record. 3 seconds faster than last exhibition. Their engineers outdid themselves. Other species take their turns. None come close to Vraxian speed. The Corthan flagship manages 63 seconds. Pelian cruiser does 71. Thenor ship takes 82. Everyone respectable. Nobody competitive. Finally, only one ship remains. The Defiance waits at the starting position. Silent, still, like a predator waiting to strike. Human vessel, Kessa announces. You may proceed when ready. Acknowledged, Rodriguez replies. Beginning run now. The Defiance moves. Not accelerating, just moving. One moment stationary. The next moment traveling at full speed. No transition, no buildup. Instant maximum velocity. The sensor operators stare at their screens in disbelief. The numbers cannot be right. Must not be right. But every sensor along the course confirms the same impossible data. The Defiance completes the course in 11 seconds. 11, not 47, not 30, 11 seconds. And it was not even trying hard. The ship showed no strain, no stress. No indication it reached maximum capability. It moved at that speed casually, easily, like it could go much faster if it wanted to. The exhibition grounds fall absolutely silent. Every being watching just experienced their understanding of reality shift. What they thought was possible changed. What they believed about technology and physics and human capabilities all shattered in 11 seconds. Aboard the Corthan flagship, Dravis sits down slowly. His legs no longer support him. He stares at the screen showing the human ship. That ship could catch any vessel in the galaxy. Could run down any enemy. Could escape any pursuit. Speed advantage eliminates all tactical options. Commander, an officer says quietly. What do we do? Dravis has no answer. For the first time in his long military career, he has absolutely no answer. On the observation platform, Admiral Kessa activates her communication device. Sends a message to the Galactic Council. The message is simple and direct. Council members, human military capabilities exceed all previous estimates. Significantly. The exhibition continues, but outcome is already clear. We are no longer the galaxy's dominant powers. That position now belongs to humanity. Recommend immediate diplomatic outreach. Recommendation level. Urgent. The message sends. Kessa watches the human battleship hang in space. Beautiful. Deadly. Undeniable. The bragging stopped. The silence speaks louder than any boast ever could. And there are still 3 more competitions to go. The speed trials end in stunned silence. Representatives stare at their data screens, checking, rechecking, hoping for errors, finding none. The human ship moved 4 times faster than the previous record holder, and it barely tried. Admiral Kessa allows a 30-minute break before the next competition. Species need time to process what they witnessed. Delegations gather in private meetings. Urgent communications fly between ships and home governments. Everyone scrambles to understand the new reality. Aboard the Corthan flagship, Dravis meets with his senior officers. The mood is dark, worried. Everything they believed about galactic military balance just collapsed. Perhaps they specialized in speed. One officer suggests desperately, sacrificed weapons and shields to achieve that velocity. Many species make that trade-off. Look at that ship, another officer counters. Really look at it. Does it look like something built with compromises, with sacrifices? Every part of that design screams perfection, optimization. They did not sacrifice anything. Dravis knows his officer is right. The defiance looks like what happens when a species that truly understands engineering builds a warship. No wasted space, no unnecessary weight, no outdated systems, pure efficiency from bow to stern. Next is the firepower demonstration. Dravis says quietly, "We excel there. Our weapons are the most powerful in the galaxy. If we can at least match them in destruction capability, we maintain some military relevance." Nobody looks convinced, but they nod anyway. Hope is better than despair. In the Pylian Commonwealth flagship, similar conversations happen. The Pylians built their entire strategy around overwhelming firepower. Their ships carry more weapons than any other species. If humans dominate firepower too, Pylian military doctrine becomes obsolete overnight. "We must perform perfectly," the Pylian commander tells his weapons officers. "Show maximum capability. Prove our worth. Even if we cannot win, we must demonstrate we are still dangerous, still relevant." 30 minutes pass quickly. Admiral Kessa's voice broadcasts across all channels. Break time is complete. All vessels to the weapons demonstration zone. Prepare for firepower trials. The ships move into position. The weapons test zone is different from the speed course. Here, massive asteroid targets float in space. Each asteroid is hundreds of meters across. Solid rock and metal. Difficult to destroy. Each species will fire at assigned targets. Sensors measure the damage. Calculate the energy released. Determine destructive capability. Simple. Direct. No room for tricks or deception. Rules are standard, Kessa announces. Each vessel fires 1 full volley. All weapons. Maximum power. Destroy your assigned targets completely if possible. Corthan Empire, you may begin. The eternal dominance moves forward. Weapons ports open along its massive hull. Hundreds of them. Missile tubes, plasma cannons, kinetic accelerators, energy beams. The ship bristles with destructive capability. Firing, Dravis announces. Everything fires at once. The space around the Corthan flagship lights up like a star. Missiles streak forward. Energy beams lance out. Plasma bolts explode from cannons. The barrage is beautiful and terrible. A storm of destruction. The asteroids simply cease to exist. Not broken apart. Not shattered. They vanish, converted to vapor and dust by the concentrated firepower. The energy release is enormous. Sensors struggle to measure it accurately. Cheers erupt from the Corthan delegation. Whatever else happens today, they demonstrated their power. Reminded everyone why they dominated for 2 centuries. The raw destruction was magnificent. Impressive, Rodriguez's voice comes over the channel. Very effective weapon systems. The compliment feels genuine, not mocking, just honest appreciation. Somehow, that makes it worse. like an adult praising a child's drawing. Other species take their turns, each impressive in different ways. The Vraxian ship uses precision strikes, smaller weapons but perfectly accurate. Every shot hits exactly where intended. Less raw power, but more efficiency. The Thenor vessel demonstrates advanced targeting. Their weapons track and adjust mid-flight, compensate for movement, guarantee hits even against maneuvering targets. Sophisticated technology producing reliable results. Each demonstration is genuinely impressive. Each species shows decades or centuries of weapons development. Real capability, real power. Any of these ships could destroy cities, devastate worlds. They are dangerous vessels commanded by experienced warriors. Finally, only the Defiance remains. The massive human ship glides forward, takes position before its assigned targets. These asteroids are larger than others. Admiral Kessa made them bigger specifically for the human ship, giving them a tougher challenge, or perhaps just wanting to see what humanity's weapons can really do. Human vessel, Kessa announces, you may fire when ready. Several seconds pass. The Defiance does not open weapons ports. No missile tubes extend. No gun turrets rotate into position. The smooth hull remains unchanged, closed, silent. Confused murmuring spreads through the observation platforms. Where are the weapons? How will they fire? This is Captain Rodriguez, the human voice broadcasts. Beginning weapons demonstration. Please observe carefully. This will be brief. The surface of the Defiance ripples, like water disturbed by wind. The strange material flows and shifts. Patterns appear, geometric shapes, mathematical precision made visible. Then the ship fires, but not like any weapon system anyone has ever seen. No projectiles, no energy beams, no missiles, just a wave of distortion that flows from the ship toward the targets. The wave is barely visible, a shimmer in space, a ripple in reality. It moves fast, incredibly fast, crosses the distance to the asteroids in less than a second. When the wave touches the first asteroid, something impossible happens. The asteroid does not explode, does not shatter. It just ceases to exist. One moment, solid rock and metal. The next moment, absolutely nothing. Not even dust, not even atoms. Just empty space where matter used to be. The wave continues, touches the second asteroid. Same result, complete erasure. Third asteroid, fourth, fifth. All 10 assigned targets simply stop existing, removed from reality as if they were never there. The wave dissipates. Space returns to normal. The Defiance sits unchanged, silent, waiting. Every sensor in the exhibition zone goes wild. Alarms sound across multiple ships. The readings make no sense. No energy release measured. No heat signature. No radiation. The asteroids did not explode. They just disappeared. What was that? Someone whispers over an open channel. The question echoes what everyone is thinking. Our standard directed energy weapon, Rodriguez answers calmly. We call it a matter displacement beam. It shifts the target out of phase with normal space. The matter still exists, just not in this dimension anymore. Very clean. No collateral damage. No debris field to navigate afterward. The explanation is worse than the demonstration. Humans have weapons that remove matter from reality. Not destroy it. Remove it. The implications are staggering, terrifying. You just erased 10 asteroids, Theron says. His voice shakes. Without any measurable energy release. That violates every known law of physics. Perhaps your laws are incomplete, Rodriguez suggests gently. Physics is not static. Understanding grows. We simply learn things others have not discovered yet. Given time, any species could develop similar technology. The casual dismissal of known science stuns everyone. Humans just demonstrated weapons that break reality, then suggested it is no big deal, that anyone could do it eventually. The confidence is absolute, unshakable. Aboard the Pelion cruiser, the weapons officer turns to his commander. We are obsolete. All our weapons, all our missiles and cannons and bombs, they are obsolete. What is the point of explosives when the enemy can simply remove your ship from existence? The commander has no answer, no response. He just stares at the screen showing empty space where asteroids used to be. Dravis activates a private channel to Admiral Kessa. Did you know? Did you know humans possessed weapons like this? I suspected. Kessa admits. They gave me basic capability descriptions when requesting entry. I did not fully believe them. I thought they exaggerated. Clearly, I was wrong. If anything, they understated their capabilities. What else can that ship do? Dravis asks desperately. What other impossible systems does it have? 2 more demonstrations, Kessa replies. Shield test and tactical maneuvers. I suspect both will be equally educational. The firepower competition ends. Officially, sensors cannot determine a winner. The human weapon produced no measurable energy output. By the rules, that means no damage was done. But everyone knows, everyone understands, humans won. Decisively. Absolutely. More private meetings happen during the next break. More urgent messages sent to home governments. Military analysts scramble to assess implications. Scientists demand access to human technology. Politicians debate whether to seek alliance or plan defense. In the human quarters aboard the Defiance, Captain Rodriguez meets with her crew. They monitor the galactic communications, the panic spreading through the exhibition. They are terrified, Commander Hayes observes. We broke their understanding of warfare, of physics, of human capabilities. Was this too much? Too fast? Perhaps, Rodriguez acknowledges, but also necessary. The galaxy needs to understand we are not prey, not targets, not weak newcomers to be exploited. They need to fear attacking us more than they desire our territory or resources. Dr. Chen looks troubled. Fear can cause irrational behavior, desperate attacks. What if someone decides to strike humans before we become too powerful? This demonstration might trigger the very war we hoped to prevent. Rodriguez nods slowly. That is a risk. But consider the alternative. If we remained hidden, appeared weak, someone would attack eventually. Multiple species probably. We would win those conflicts, but at great cost. Lives lost. Resources wasted. Better to demonstrate strength so overwhelming that attack becomes unthinkable. Deterrence through demonstrated capability, Hayes says. The old strategy. The old strategy that works, Rodriguez corrects. Humans learned centuries ago. Peace through strength is not just a saying. It is practical reality. The strong are left alone. The weak are consumed. We choose to be strong. Outside their ship, the galaxy reels from what they witnessed. 2 competitions complete. 2 demonstrations of impossible human technology. Speed that cannot be matched. Weapons that erase matter from reality. And 2 more demonstrations remain. Shields and tactics. Everyone knows now. Whatever humans show next will be equally impossible, equally devastating, equally undeniable. The bragging stopped long ago. Now, even the silence is fading, replaced by something deeper, something colder. Not just surprise, not just shock. Fear, real fear, the kind that changes behavior. That forces respect. That makes even the proud bow their heads and reconsider everything they thought they knew. Admiral Kessa looks at her schedule. 2 more competitions. Then this exhibition ends. Then the real work begins. Convincing the galaxy that humans are potential allies rather than inevitable enemies. Preventing panic from becoming aggression. She activates her communication system. sends another message to the Council. Human capabilities exceed all previous estimates by factors of 10 or more. Recommend immediate high-level diplomatic contact. Recommend technology sharing discussions. Recommend mutual defense proposals. Above all, recommend we never, ever make humans our enemies. They possess the power to end civilizations. They have shown restraint so far. We must ensure they never have reason to stop showing restraint. The message sends. Kessa watches the Defiance float silently in space. Beautiful, terrible, humanity's message to the galaxy written in metal and impossible physics. The message is clear. Humans are not bragging. They do not need to. Their ships speak for them. And what they say is simple. We are here. We are powerful. Treat us with respect or learn why that respect was wise. The exhibition continues, but everyone already knows how it ends. Another break period passes in tense silence. Species gather in their ships. Analysts review data obsessively. Every measurement, every reading, looking for weaknesses in human technology. Finding none. Aboard the Thenner Unity flagship, the chief engineer addresses his commander. I studied the matter displacement weapon carefully. I cannot explain how it works. The energy requirements should be impossible. The physics do not exist. Yet we all saw what it did. Could we develop a defense? The commander asks. Something to protect against that weapon. The engineer shakes his head. Not unless we understand how it functions. It does not interact with matter conventionally. Our shields are designed to deflect energy or absorb kinetic impacts. How do you defend against something that removes you from existence? You cannot block what never touches you. The commander feels cold fear spreading. Then any ship facing that weapon is already dead. There is no defense, no counter, no survival. Not necessarily, the engineer says slowly. Perhaps their shield's technology offers protection. The next test will show us. If human shields can stop human weapons, then matching their shield technology becomes critical. It is our only hope. Similar conversations happen across every delegation. Everyone reaches the same conclusion. Understanding human shields might provide the key to surviving human weapons. The shield demonstration suddenly becomes the most important test. Admiral Kessa calls the exhibition to order. All vessels to the shield testing zone. Prepare for defensive capability evaluation. The ships move into new positions. The shield test zone contains automated weapons platforms. Each platform holds massive kinetic cannons. These weapons fire solid projectiles at incredible speeds. Simple but devastating. No ship in the galaxy can ignore kinetic impacts. Physics applies equally to everyone. Or so everyone believed until today. Test procedures are standard, Kessa announces. Each vessel activates maximum shields. Automated platforms fire sustained barrage. Sensors measure shield strength, duration, and recovery time. Thenner Unity, you may begin. The Thenner ship moves into position. Its shields activate with a visible shimmer. Blue energy fields surround the vessel completely. Layered. Redundant. The result of centuries of defensive technology development. Ready, the Thenner commander confirms. Commencing fire, Kessa announces. The automated platforms open fire. Heavy projectiles streak through space. Each one weighs several tons, traveling at significant fraction of light speed. The kinetic energy is enormous, capable of smashing through any unshielded hull. The projectiles slam into the Thenner shields. Brilliant flashes of light erupt on impact. The shields hold firm, absorbing the energy, distributing the force across the entire field. The ship inside remains completely protected. The barrage continues. Dozens of impacts. The shields begin to fluctuate, showing strain. Energy reserves depleting. After 2 minutes of sustained fire, the shields collapse. Overloaded. The platforms immediately cease firing. The test is complete. Respectable performance. Very respectable. The thinner shields lasted longer than anyone expected. Their defensive technology truly is exceptional. Other species take their turns. The Corthan flagship's shields last 90 seconds. Strong, but not as sophisticated as thinner technology. The Vraxian ship manages only 40 seconds. Speed is their focus. Shields are secondary. The Pelion cruiser surprises everyone. Their shields last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Longer than even the Thenor. Their strategy of maximum everything extends to defense too. Brute force approach, but effective. Each test demonstrates real capability. Real engineering. These are not primitive ships. Not weak defenses. These are the galaxy's finest military vessels performing at peak capability. And they are genuinely impressive. Finally, the Defiance's turn arrives. The massive human ship glides into the testing zone. Unlike other vessels, it shows no visible shield activation, no energy shimmer, no defensive field. The hull looks as bare and smooth as when it arrived. Human vessel, Kessa says. Please confirm shield status. Sensors detect no active defensive systems. Shields are active, Rodriguez replies calmly. Our technology does not produce visible effects. Trust the test will reveal capability. Murmuring spreads across the observation platforms. No visible shields. Either human technology is completely different, or the ship is undefended. Given what they have seen so far, everyone suspects the former. Very well, Kessa says, commencing fire. The automated platforms target the Defiance. Multiple cannons fire simultaneously. Heavy projectiles streak toward the human ship. The same weapons that battered every other vessel's shields. The same devastating kinetic impacts. The projectiles reach the Defiance. And stop. Not slow down. Not deflect. Just stop. Completely. Instantly. Like they hit an invisible wall that has no give. No flex. No energy absorption visible. The projectiles simply halt in space, then drift slowly away. Impossible, someone whispers over an open channel. The platforms fire continuously. Hundreds of projectiles. All stop the same way. None reach the hull. None even get close. They halt at exactly the same distance from the ship, creating a perfect sphere of stopped ammunition around the Defiance. After 5 minutes of continuous fire, Admiral Kessa calls a halt. Cease fire. Sensors, what are you reading? Nothing, Admiral, comes the confused response. No energy field detected. No shield emissions. No power drain visible. The projectiles just stop. We cannot explain it. Rodriguez speaks into the silence. Our shield technology operates on different principles. We do not absorb or deflect kinetic energy. We create a spatial barrier, a region of altered spacetime around the ship. Matter cannot pass through. Energy cannot penetrate. The barrier simply exists. It does not weaken with sustained fire. It does not deplete energy reserves. It just is. She pauses, lets the implications sink in. We could sit here for days under sustained bombardment. The result would be identical. Nothing touches the ship. Nothing penetrates the barrier. We are completely protected. Aboard the Pelion cruiser, the tactical officer turns to his commander. They have perfect shields. Impenetrable defense. Combined with their weapons that erase matter, they are invulnerable. Nothing in our arsenal can threaten them. Nothing in anyone's arsenal. The commander says nothing. What words exist for this situation? Humanity just demonstrated they cannot be hurt by conventional weapons. Cannot be damaged by standard attacks. They are beyond reach. Beyond threat. Beyond everything the galaxy knows about warfare. Dravis watches the stopped projectiles drifting around the Defiance. His military mind tries to find solutions. Tactics, strategies, ways to overcome this defense. He finds nothing. Absolutely nothing. The spatial barrier concept is too different, too advanced, too far beyond current understanding. Could we overwhelm it with numbers? He asks his tactical officer. Concentrate the fire of 100 ships simultaneously. Commander, the officer replies quietly, they said the barrier does not weaken, does not deplete. Numbers are irrelevant. One projectile stopped or 1,000,000 projectiles stopped. The result is identical. The barrier exists or it does not. And clearly, it exists. Theron contacts Admiral Kessa privately. This changes everything. Completely. Humans have perfect offense and perfect defense. They cannot be fought conventionally. Every military doctrine in the galaxy just became obsolete. What do? We learn, Kessa replies. We adapt. We seek alliance rather than conflict. Because you are correct. Humans cannot be fought with current technology. Any species that tries will simply cease to exist. Our only rational choice is friendship. And if they decide they want our territory? Theron asks, our resources? Our worlds? What if they choose conquest? Then we lose, Kessa says simply. We lose completely. But I do not believe that is their intent. Everything about their behavior suggests they want to be left alone, not to conquer. If we respect that desire, I believe we remain safe. Belief is not certainty, Theron counters. No, Kessa agrees, but it is all we have. That and hope that humans are as peaceful as they claim. The shield test concludes. Officially, human shields exceeded all other defensive capabilities. Unofficially, humans demonstrated invulnerability. The distinction matters to record keepers, but not to anyone else. Everyone understands the truth. Another break period. But this time, the meetings are different. Less analytical, more emotional. Representatives face a galaxy that changed fundamentally, where humans are no longer primitive newcomers but dominant military power, where centuries of established hierarchy crumbled in a few hours. Some delegations discuss immediate alliance proposals, offering humans trade agreements, technology partnerships, mutual defense pacts, trying to secure human friendship before other species do, racing to become allies before humans choose enemies. Other delegations debate military options. Despite the demonstrations, some refuse to accept human dominance. They argue about secret weapons, hidden capabilities, ways to fight that humans have not anticipated. Desperate planning from those who cannot accept the new reality. A few delegations simply retreat. Their representatives request permission to leave the exhibition early. They have seen enough, learned enough. They want distance from humans, space to think, time to process. They are not preparing for war, just overwhelmed by rapid change. Aboard the Defiance, Captain Rodriguez reviews the reactions with her command staff. 3 competitions complete. 3 demonstrations of superiority. 1 test remains. Tactical maneuvers. Should we continue? Or have we made our point? The tactical test is important, Commander Hayes argues. It shows we can actually use our technology effectively. That we are not just advanced equipment with primitive tactics. We need to demonstrate complete capability. Dr. Chen disagrees. We have already shocked them, frightened them. Showing more might push fear into panic, panic into aggression. Sometimes restraint sends a stronger message than demonstration. Rodriguez considers both arguments. Valid points on each side. Demonstrating complete superiority establishes deterrence, but excessive demonstration might trigger desperate attacks. The balance is delicate. We continue, she decides, but we moderate the demonstration. Show capability without humiliation. Prove competence without crushing pride completely. We want allies eventually. Making enemies feel worthless prevents future friendship. She activates communication to Admiral Kessa. Captain Rodriguez to exhibition control. We are ready for the tactical demonstration. But I have a proposal. Rather than demonstrating against automated targets, perhaps a different approach would be more valuable. What do you suggest? Kessa asks. A joint exercise, Rodriguez proposes. Human ship coordinating with ships from other species, demonstrating that our technology can enhance their capabilities, working together rather than competing. Show cooperation is possible, beneficial even. Silence follows. The proposal is unprecedented. Exhibition is about competition, comparison, individual capability. Joint exercises blur those lines, but the idea has merit, showing humans as potential partners rather than just superior opponents. I will propose it to the gathered representatives, Kessa says, but I suspect many will resist. Pride is wounded. They may not want to appear dependent on human assistance. Then those who refuse can watch, Rodriguez replies, but I suspect some will accept. Those wise enough to see opportunity instead of just threat. Those are the species we want as future allies anyway. The proposal goes out. Reactions are mixed. Some delegations refuse immediately. Pride will not allow accepting human help during competition meant to display their own strength. Others are intrigued, seeing possibilities beyond wounded egos. Finally, 3 species accept. The Thenner Unity, the Vraxian Collective, and surprisingly, the Korthan Empire. Dravis decides that learning from humans is better than fearing them. Understanding their capabilities serves his people better than nursing injured pride. We have our participants, Kessa announces. The final demonstration will be a joint tactical exercise. 4 vessels working together to complete a complex mission scenario. This will be interesting. The galaxy watches, waiting, wondering. The exhibition enters its final phase. One more test, one more demonstration, one more chance for humanity to prove itself, or one more chance for someone to discover a human weakness, a flaw, a vulnerability that offers hope. Deep down, everyone knows what they will see. Humans will excel at tactics just as they excelled at everything else. The question is not whether humans will succeed. The question is how much superiority they will demonstrate, and whether the galaxy can accept that superiority without descending into desperate feudal war. The tactical demonstration zone is prepared. Unlike the previous tests, this area is complex. Asteroid fields, debris clouds, gravitational anomalies, sensor-blocking regions, a challenging environment that mirrors real combat situations. Admiral Kessa explains the scenario to all participants. The mission is rescue and recovery. A civilian transport suffered catastrophic failure in this hazardous zone. The vessel broke into 4 sections scattered across the area. Each section contains survivors. Your task is to locate all sections, extract survivors, and rendezvous at the safe zone. Time limit is 30 minutes. She pauses. Complications include automated defense drones simulating hostile forces, environmental hazards that can damage ships, limited sensor range due to interference, and the scattered sections are drifting toward hazardous zones. Delay means casualties. This exercise requires speed, coordination, precision, and tactical thinking. The 4 participating ships move into starting positions. The Defiance, the Korthan flagship Eternal Dominance, the Thenner vessel Harmony's Shield, the Vraxian cruiser Swift Strike. 4 different designs, 4 different philosophies, 4 species that moments ago were competing. Now they must cooperate. Human vessel will coordinate, Kessa announces. Captain Rodriguez has tactical command. All participants acknowledge. One by one, the acknowledgements come. Some more reluctant than others. Accepting human leadership is difficult for proud species, but necessary for the exercise. Rodriguez's voice comes across the command channel. Calm, professional. Thank you for participating. I know this is unusual, but I believe we can show the galaxy something valuable today. Not just human capability, but galactic potential when we work together. She brings up a tactical display visible to all ships. I have analyzed the scenario. The challenge is coordination. Speed alone cannot solve this. Neither can firepower or shields. We need all our capabilities working in harmony. Each ship has strengths. Let us use them intelligently. She highlights sections of the map. Swift strike, your speed is unmatched by conventional vessels. You take the furthest section. Your velocity means you can reach it before it enters the radiation zone. Extract survivors and return to Rally Point Alpha. Understood, Theron acknowledges. His voice shows surprise. Rodriguez began by complimenting Vraxian capability rather than boasting about human superiority. Harmony's shield, Rodriguez continues. Your shields are exceptional. Section 2 is near an unstable gravity well. Conventional shields might fail under the strain. Yours will not. Retrieve that section safely. Acknowledged, the Thenor commander responds. Also surprised by the compliment. Also pleased that his people's strength is recognized. Eternal dominance, Rodriguez says to Dravis. Your weapons systems are formidable. Section 3 is in a debris field patrolled by defense drones. Your firepower can clear a path efficiently. Protect the extraction. Dravis feels unexpected pride. The human acknowledges Korthan military strength without mockery. Treats them as valuable partners rather than inferior competitors. We will not fail, he promises. And Defiance will handle Section 4, Rodriguez finishes. It is in the most hazardous location. Multiple threats. Severe sensor interference. We have capabilities suited for that environment. She pauses. Questions before we begin. One question. Dravis asks, why are you doing this? Why share command? Why complement our capabilities when you clearly exceed them? Rodriguez's answer comes quietly, sincerely, because superiority without wisdom is just arrogance, because capability without cooperation is wasted potential, because the galaxy is large enough for all of us to thrive. We do not want to rule you. We want to work with you. This exercise demonstrates that cooperation is possible, valuable, better for everyone. Silence follows her words. The simple honesty impacts everyone listening. Not grand speeches, not political maneuvering, just straightforward truth from someone who means what she says. Begin exercise. Admiral Kessa announces. Time starts now. The 4 ships launch simultaneously, each toward their assigned target, each using their unique strengths. Swift strike accelerates instantly. The Vraxian ship shoots forward like an arrow. Its speed is phenomenal. Within seconds, it crosses half the distance to its target. The Vraxians may not match human velocity, but their speed is still impressive. Effective. They reach the distant wreckage section quickly. Harmony's shield moves steadily toward the gravity well. Its shields shimmer brightly, layered, strong. As the ship approaches the dangerous zone, gravitational forces press against it. The shields hold firm, flexing but not breaking. The Thenor navigate carefully into position. Eternal dominance enters the debris field firing. Precise shots. Controlled bursts. Each blast destroys a defense drone or clears dangerous wreckage. Dravis' crew operates with practiced efficiency. Centuries of military experience showing in every action. They clear a safe corridor through the chaos. The Defiance glides toward the most hazardous section. Sensor interference makes navigation difficult. Radiation clouds obscure visual scanning. Hidden dangers lurk everywhere, but the human ship moves with absolute confidence, like it sees everything clearly despite the obstacles. Rodriguez maintains command frequency, coordinating without micromanaging. Swift strike, confirm survivor count when you reach your section. Confirmed, Theron responds. 17 survivors detected. Beginning extraction now. Harmony's shield, status. Approaching target. The thinner commander reports. Gravity well is intense but manageable. Shields holding at 87%. Will have survivors aboard within 5 minutes. Eternal dominance. Path cleared. Dravis announces. No active threats remaining. Moving to extraction position. Excellent work, Rodriguez acknowledges. All sections are being recovered simultaneously. We are ahead of schedule. Aboard the observation platforms, representatives watch in silence. The coordination is impressive. 4 ships working as a unified team despite never training together. Each playing to strengths. Each supporting others. Human leadership facilitating rather than dominating. Look at them, one representative whispers. Working together like they have been allies for years. The human is not commanding. She is coordinating. Enabling. There is a difference. Another representative nods. She gave each species the assignment that showcases their strengths. Made them look good. Made them feel valuable. That is skilled leadership. On the tactical display, the 4 ships make steady progress. Swift Strike completes extraction first. Their speed advantage makes the distance section easiest despite the distance. They race back toward the rally point. Harmony's shield pulls free of the gravity well. Shields strain but hold. Survivors secured. They begin the careful journey back to safety. Slow but steady. Defense over speed. Eternal dominance finishes extraction shortly after. Dravis coordinates his crew perfectly. Military precision. No wasted motion. They depart the debris field cleanly. The Defiance operates in the hazardous zone with eerie calm. External cameras show the environment. Radiation storms. Magnetic anomalies. Debris spinning unpredictably. Threats everywhere. Yet the human ship navigates easily, its sensors apparently unaffected by interference. Its shields ignoring environmental hazards. Survivors secured, Rodriguez reports. Returning to rally point. All sections recovered. 0 casualties. Mission successful. The 4 ships converge at the designated safe zone. They arrive within seconds of each other. Perfect timing. Perfect coordination. The entire operation took 19 minutes, 11 minutes under the time limit. Exercise complete. Admiral Kessa announces. Exceptional performance. All objectives achieved. All survivors recovered. No ship damage. This is the best result in exhibition history. Cheers erupt across multiple observation platforms. Not just from the participating species, from everyone watching. The demonstration showed something beyond technology. It showed possibility. Hope. A vision of what galactic cooperation could achieve. Rodriguez opens the command channel one final time. Thank you to all participating vessels. Your skill and professionalism made this success possible. You proved that different capabilities complement rather than compete. That working together achieves more than working alone. I am honored to have coordinated this mission with you. Dravis finds himself smiling. Actually smiling. The human gave his people dignity. Acknowledged their worth. Made them partners rather than subordinates. The honor was ours, Captain. Perhaps we should consider more joint operations in the future. We would welcome that, Rodriguez replies warmly. Theron speaks up. I admit I came here expecting competition. Conflict even. Instead, I leave with potential allies. The galaxy is better for this day. Thank you, Captain Rodriguez. The thanks belongs to all of you. Rodriguez insists. Humans have technology. But you have experience. Wisdom. Centuries of lessons we have not yet learned. Together, we are stronger than any of us alone. The exercise concludes. The exhibition officially ends. But something new begins. Something more important than competitions or demonstrations. Understanding. Representatives gather for the closing ceremony. The mood is completely different from the opening. No more bragging. No more boasts. No more pride-driven speeches. Just thoughtful beings contemplating a changed galaxy. Admiral Kessa addresses the gathering. This exhibition revealed many things. Human technological advancement, obviously, but also something more valuable. The potential for cooperation between species with different strengths, different philosophies, different histories. She gestures toward the 4 participating ships visible through the windows. Those vessels achieved something remarkable today. Not through competition, through collaboration. Each contributed unique capabilities. Each respected others' strengths. Each worked toward common goals. That is the future I hope to see. Kessa pauses, looks directly at the human delegation. Captain Rodriguez, your people demonstrated superior technology. But more importantly, you demonstrated superior wisdom. You could have dominated this exhibition, crushed all opposition, forced submission through overwhelming capability. Instead, you chose partnership. Extended hands instead of fists. That choice matters more than any weapons system. Rodriguez stands to respond. Admiral Kessa is generous. But humans learned our lessons through pain, through mistakes. We know what happens when strength becomes arrogance, when capability becomes cruelty. We chose a different path because we remember where the old path leads. Nowhere good. Nowhere we want to return. She looks around the chamber. Meeting eyes, human and alien alike. The galaxy has room for all of us. Resources for everyone. Space enough for every species to thrive. Competition is not necessary. Cooperation serves us all better. Humans offer that cooperation freely, to any species willing to accept it. We do not ask for submission. We offer partnership, alliance between equals, even if capabilities differ. Dravis stands unexpectedly. I came to this exhibition expecting to defend Corthan military supremacy. I leave accepting that supremacy belongs to another, but I do not leave defeated. I leave educated. Humans are not enemies. They are potential allies. Perhaps the strongest allies any species could hope for. He turns to his delegation. I recommend the Corthan Empire pursue formal alliance with humanity, immediately. Not from fear, from wisdom, because having humans as friends is infinitely preferable to having them as opponents. Other representatives begin standing, one by one. Species that competed hours ago now agree. Now seek the same goal. Alliance with humanity. Partnership with the species that changed everything. Some delegations remain seated. Those who voted against peace at the earlier council meeting. Those who still see human power as threat rather than opportunity. But they are minority now. Clearly outnumbered. Their resistance will not prevent galactic policy from shifting. The closing ceremony ends. Ships begin departing. The exhibition grounds empty slowly. But connections remain. Communications continue. Preliminary discussions about trade agreements. Technology sharing. Mutual defense pacts. The galaxy reorganizes itself around a new reality. Aboard the Defiance, Captain Rodriguez watches the other ships leave. Some head toward human space, already seeking formal diplomatic contact. Others depart toward their home worlds, carrying reports, recommendations, news that will reshape their societies. We did it, Commander Hayes says quietly. We showed them strength without making them enemies, demonstrated capability without crushing pride, found the balance. We found one balance, Rodriguez corrects. But the work continues. Some species will still resist, still fear us, still see us as threats. We must prove ourselves repeatedly. Earn trust continuously. One demonstration is not enough. But it is a start. Dr. Chen adds, a good start. Today, the galaxy learned humans are not conquerors. We are builders, protectors, partners. That message will spread. Change minds. Prevent conflicts. Rodriguez nods. Let us hope so. Because if conflict comes despite our efforts, The galaxy will see the side of humanity we hope to never show. The side that does not demonstrate or coordinate or partner. The side that simply wins. Completely. Finally. And that would be tragedy for everyone. She turns from the window. Set course for home. We have reports to file. Leaders to brief. And more exhibitions to prepare for. This was first contact as equals. Now we maintain that relationship. Build on it. Make it stronger. The Defiance activates its unique propulsion system. Space ripples around the massive ship. Reality bends. And the human battleship vanishes. Returning home. Mission complete. Behind them, the galaxy processes what happened. What changed. What it means. The age of bragging ended today. Species learn that boasts mean nothing compared to demonstrated capability. That pride is hollow without substance to support it. But more importantly, the galaxy learned that strength without wisdom is dangerous. That capability without restraint is frightening. And that humanity possesses both power and the wisdom to use it properly. That combination, overwhelming strength paired with genuine restraint, creates something rare in galactic politics. Respect. Real respect, not born from fear alone. Not from intimidation or threats, but from demonstrated competence combined with demonstrated character. The galaxy bragged about their fleets. Then they saw human battleships, and everything changed. Not through conquest, through example, through partnership, through showing a better way. And that might be humanity's greatest weapon of all. 3 months pass after the exhibition. The galaxy transforms in ways nobody anticipated. Change ripples through every sector, every government, every military force. The human demonstration created a cascade of consequences that continue expanding. The Galactic Council meets in emergency session, not to discuss threats, to discuss opportunity. The chamber fills with representatives eager to speak, eager to position their species favorably in the new galactic order. High Chancellor Morek calls the meeting to order. 3 months ago, we witnessed capabilities that challenged our understanding of technology and warfare. Today, we discuss the path forward. How do we integrate humanity into galactic affairs? How do we benefit from their presence rather than fear it? Representative Kessa stands first. She has become the primary liaison between humans and the galaxy. Her experience at the exhibition made her the obvious choice. I bring proposals from the human government. They wish to establish formal diplomatic relations with all interested species. They offer technology sharing agreements. Not weapons technology, but propulsion systems, medical advances, energy generation, things that improve lives rather than destroy them. Excited murmuring fills the chamber. Access to human technology could revolutionize entire civilizations, solve problems that plagued species for centuries, elevate primitive worlds to advanced status within decades. What do humans want in return? Asks Representative Vorna. The merchant leader speaks for many. In galactic politics, nothing comes free. Everything has a price. Respect. Kessa answers simply. Fair treatment in trade. Honest dealing in diplomacy. And most importantly, recognition of their territorial boundaries. Humans will share technology freely with species that honor these simple terms, but they will share nothing with species that threaten them or treat them as inferiors. Those terms are more than reasonable, Coordinator Vex states. His military coalition already began alliance discussions with humanity. Any species that cannot meet such basic requirements of civilization deserves nothing. But not everyone agrees. Representative Theron stands. His expression is dark. Angry. He voted against peace 3 months ago. His opinion has not changed. This is manipulation. Humans offer gifts to make us dependent, to control us through technology we cannot replicate. They create a galaxy where everyone needs them, where everyone must please them to maintain access to advances. This is conquest by economics rather than warfare. Or it is genuine cooperation. Kessa counters. Humans could simply keep their technology secret, use their advantages without sharing. Instead, they offer to elevate others, to share knowledge. That is generosity, not manipulation. Generosity that makes us subordinate, Theron argues. Every species that accepts human technology admits human superiority. We become clients, dependents, no longer equals. Morak raises his hand for silence. Representative Theron raises valid concerns. Dependency is dangerous, but so is refusing beneficial relationships from pride alone. Perhaps we need time to consider these proposals carefully. I have more information, Kessa continues. Humans have been approached by 47 species seeking alliance. 15 species already signed preliminary agreements. Among them, the Korthan Empire, the Thenner Unity, and the Vraxian Collective. 3 of the galaxy's most powerful civilizations. They assessed the situation and chose partnership. 3 species that participated in the human demonstration, Theron points out. 3 species the humans made look good, made feel important. The manipulation started there, at the exhibition. Humans planned this entire outcome from the beginning. Kessa cannot fully deny the accusation. Humans clearly thought strategically, planned their demonstration carefully. But manipulation implies deception. Humans were honest throughout. Planning is not manipulation. Humans were transparent about their capabilities and intentions. They demonstrated strength openly, offered partnership honestly. That is strategy, not deception. The debate continues for hours. Some representatives see opportunity. Others see danger. A few see both and struggle to decide which matters more. The Council votes on preliminary recommendations but reaches no consensus. Too many conflicting interests. Too much uncertainty about the future. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, individual species make their own choices. The Korthan Empire formally allies with humanity. Dravis becomes ambassador to human space. His first official act is requesting observers for human military training. Not to copy tactics, to learn philosophy. The Korthans realize their centuries of experience mean less than they thought. They want to understand how humans think about warfare differently. Human instructors arrive at Korthan military academies. They teach classes on adaptive thinking, on treating every problem as solvable, on continuous improvement as military doctrine. The Korthan soldiers are shocked by how simple the concepts are, and how profound the implications. Humans do not accept limitations, one instructor explains. When they encounter a problem, they do not work around it. They solve it. When physics says something is impossible, they change their understanding of physics. That mindset is their greatest weapon. Technology is just the result. The lessons transform Korthan thinking. Not overnight, but steadily. Officers begin questioning old assumptions. Engineers experiment with new approaches. Scientists revisit abandoned research. The entire empire begins thinking like humans, seeing possibilities instead of limitations. The Thenner Unity takes a different approach. They focus on human medical technology. Humans agree to share advances in genetic therapy, disease prevention, and longevity treatments. Technologies that save lives rather than take them. Within weeks, Thenner hospitals implement human medical protocols. Diseases that killed thousands annually become treatable. Genetic disorders that caused suffering for generations get corrected. Average lifespan increases by 15% in the first month alone. The Thenner people love humans. Simple as that. The species that gave them longer, healthier lives earns permanent goodwill. Any politician suggesting hostility toward humanity would face immediate public backlash. The alliance becomes politically unshakable. The Vraxian Collective pursues human propulsion technology. Not the full spatial manipulation systems. Humans keep those secret. But improved conventional engines, more efficient fuel systems, better energy management. technologies that make Vraxian ships even faster. Theron resists initially. Accepting human help feels like admitting Vraxian engineering is inadequate. But his people pressure him. Scientists want to learn. Engineers want to build. Pilots want faster ships. Eventually, Theron yields to public opinion. The collaboration surprises him. Human engineers do not lecture or condescend. They ask questions, learn about Vraxian designs, find ways to enhance existing systems rather than replace them. The respect is genuine. The partnership feels equal despite technological gaps. They treat us like colleagues, a Vraxian engineer tells Theron. Not students, not inferiors. They want to learn from us even as they teach us. That is rare, valuable. We would be fools to reject it. Slowly, Theron's resistance softens. He still worries about human dominance, still fears long-term consequences, but he cannot deny the immediate benefits. His people thrive under human partnership. Ignoring that truth serves nobody. But not every species chooses alliance. Some resist, some plot, some prepare for conflict despite knowing the likely outcome. The Draxian sovereignty refuses all human contact. Their government sees human power as existential threat. They believe humanity will eventually conquer everyone. Better to prepare defenses now than submit later. Draxian scientists work desperately to replicate human technology. They study exhibition recordings obsessively, run thousands of simulations, attempt to reverse engineer human capabilities from limited data. They fail, repeatedly, completely. Human technology operates on principles the Draxians do not understand, cannot understand without human teaching, and humans will not teach species that openly prepare for war against them. Frustration builds in Draxian leadership. They cannot match human technology, cannot develop counters, cannot even understand what makes humans so advanced. The knowledge gap feels insurmountable. We need more data, the Draxian military commander tells his council. Detailed scans, close observation. We need to see human ships up close, understand their systems. How do we accomplish that? A counselor asks. Humans do not allow close approaches to their vessels. They maintain security carefully. We could capture a human ship, another voice suggests. Board it. Study the technology directly. The room falls silent. The suggestion is bold, dangerous, possibly suicidal. But desperation drives risky thinking. That would be an act of war, someone warns. Perhaps, the commander acknowledges. But a short war. We take one ship, study it quickly, then negotiate from a position of knowledge rather than ignorance. Humans might not even retaliate. They claim to be peaceful. Let us test that claim. The Draxian Council debates for days. Some members recognize the plan's madness. Others see no alternative. Fear of human dominance overwhelms reason. Eventually, a majority votes to proceed. One captured human ship. Quick study, then diplomatic resolution. They choose their target carefully. A human exploration vessel traveling alone near neutral space. Small ship, small crew, easy target by conventional standards. They do not consider that nothing about humans follows conventional standards. 3 Draxian warships ambush the human explorer. They attack without warning. Weapons designed to disable rather than destroy. The plan is capture, not kill. Study, not murder. The human ship's shields activate instantly. The Draxian weapons have no effect whatsoever. None. The attacks simply stop against invisible barriers, like throwing rocks at mountains. The human captain broadcasts on all frequencies. Female voice. Young. Confused more than angry. Draxian vessels, you are attacking a peaceful exploration ship. This is a violation of galactic law and human sovereignty. Cease fire immediately or face defensive measures. The Draxians do not cease fire. They increase intensity. More weapons, heavier firepower, sustained barrage, desperation driving escalation. The human ship's patience ends. It fires once. A single shot. The matter displacement beam touches the lead Draxian warship. The massive vessel simply vanishes, removed from reality, crew and all. One moment there, next moment gone. Completely. The two remaining Draxian ships stop firing immediately, frozen by terror, by understanding, by recognition of their terrible mistake. "This is your final warning," the human captain says. Her voice is colder now. "Retreat to Draxian space immediately. Report to your government that attacking humans is fatal error. We will not pursue you, but if you fire again, you join your companion in non-existence. Choose now." The Draxian ships run. Full retreat. Maximum speed. Running for their lives. The incident reaches galactic news within hours. Every species learns what happens to those who attack humans. The Draxians lost a capital ship and 300 crew. The humans suffered 0 damage. 0 casualties. The disparity is absolute. Devastating. Undeniable. The Galactic Council convenes emergency session. Morak demands answers from the Draxian ambassador. "Your government attacked a peaceful human vessel, violated their territory, caused the death of your own warriors through foolish aggression. Explain yourselves." The Draxian ambassador looks broken, defeated. "My government feared human power, sought to understand it, made terrible choices from that fear. We accept responsibility. We seek forgiveness. We will never threaten humans again. You should seek forgiveness from the families of your lost crew." Morak says coldly. "They died because your leaders chose fear over wisdom. Their blood is on Draxian hands, not human ones." Humanity's response surprises everyone. They do not demand reparations. Do not insist on punishing Draxia. Do not even file formal complaints. They simply issue a statement. The Draxian attack was regrettable but instructive. It proved that human defenses are real, that our warnings are serious, that attacking us is suicide. We hope no other species needs this lesson repeated. We remain open to peaceful relations with Draxia if they abandon hostility. We judge species by their choices, not their mistakes. Choose differently in the future. The mercy shocks the galaxy. Humans had every right to retaliate, could have destroyed Draxian worlds in response, could have demanded territorial concessions or economic penalties. Instead, they offer forgiveness, extend chances for redemption. They are stronger than we imagined, Vex tells the Council. Not just technologically, morally. They have power to crush enemies but choose not to. That restraint is rarer than any technology, more valuable than any weapon. The Draxian sovereignty changes course completely. Their government issues public apology, requests human forgiveness formally, asks to begin trade discussions. Fear transforms into respect. Hostility becomes alliance. One failed attack teaches what months of demonstrations could not. 6 months after the exhibition, 40 species have formal agreements with humanity. 12 more are negotiating. Only a handful still resist, and their populations grow restless. People see neighbors prospering through human partnership. They want the same benefits. Governments that deny them lose legitimacy. The galaxy reorganizes around human presence, not through conquest, through choice. Species ally with humanity because it serves their interests, because humans offer more than they demand, because partnership feels better than isolation. Captain Rodriguez returns to the exhibition grounds, now called Unity Station, a permanent diplomatic facility where humans and others meet regularly. She walks through corridors filled with multiple species, Corthan soldiers, Thenner scientists, Vraxian engineers, Pelian merchants, all working together, learning from each other, building something new. She meets Admiral Kessa in the Central Garden, a beautiful space filled with plants from dozens of worlds, human and alien species growing together, thriving together. You changed the galaxy, Kessa says simply. In less than a year, you reshaped everything. The galaxy changed itself, Rodriguez corrects. We just showed what was possible. Proved that cooperation works better than competition. The species here made their own choices. We just offered an option worth choosing. Still, Kessa persists. Without that demonstration, without humans showing strength paired with restraint, without you proving that power can be generous, none of this happens. The galaxy would still be locked in old patterns, old conflicts, old limitations. Rodriguez smiles. Then I am glad we came. Glad we revealed ourselves. Glad we took the risk. We could have stayed hidden, stayed safe, but safety alone is not enough. We wanted to be part of something larger, to contribute, to help build a better galaxy. Not rule it, just help. She looks around the garden, at the different species working together. This is what we hoped for. Not dominance, partnership, not submission, cooperation. This is worth the risk of revealing our capabilities. Kessa nods. And if someone threatens this, if some species refuses to accept the new order, tries to destroy what we are building, Rodriguez's expression hardens slightly. Then they learn the lesson the Draxians learned, but permanently. We hope never to need that lesson, but we are prepared to teach it. Humans protect what matters, always, completely. That is our promise, our guarantee, our commitment. Peace through strength, Kessa says. Peace through strength paired with wisdom, Rodriguez corrects. Strength alone creates tyrants. Wisdom alone creates victims. Together, they create lasting peace. That is humanity's gift to the galaxy. Not technology, philosophy. Understanding that power without restraint is worthless. That capability without purpose is empty. That strength serves best when it protects rather than threatens. Far across the galaxy, in the Corthan Academy, Dravis teaches a class of young officers. He stands before them in his ambassador's robes. No longer a commander, a teacher now. What did you learn at the exhibition? A student asks. Dravis considers the question carefully. I learned that pride is the enemy of growth, that assumptions limit possibility, that the universe is larger and stranger than we imagine. But most importantly, I learned that the measure of civilization is not how well you fight. It is how well you choose when to fight. He pulls up a display, shows the human battleship Defiance. This vessel could destroy fleets, conquer worlds, dominate the galaxy, but it does not. Because humans understand something we forgot. That true strength is choosing not to use power unnecessarily. That real victory is making friends instead of corpses. That lasting legacy is building partnerships rather than empires. The students listen intently. These are the next generation. They will lead the Corthan Empire in the new galactic order. They need different lessons than previous generations. Humans changed everything. Dravis continues. Not through conquest. Through example. They showed us a better way. Now we must choose. Do we learn? Do we grow? Do we become better versions of ourselves? Or do we cling to old pride and old ways and become obsolete? We learn, a student says firmly. Others nod agreement. Good, Dravis smiles. Then you are already wiser than I was. You choose growth over pride. Wisdom over arrogance. That is the human lesson. That is what they taught us at the exhibition. Not that they are superior. That everyone can improve. Everyone can grow. Everyone can become better. That is the real gift. The galaxy continues changing, growing, improving. Species that competed now cooperate. Civilizations that threatened each other now trade. Worlds that prepared for war now build peace. And at the center of it all, humanity. Not ruling, not demanding, just existing as an example. A reminder of what is possible when strength serves wisdom, when power enables rather than dominates, when the strong choose to lift others rather than crush them. The exhibition ended months ago, but its effects ripple onward, forever changing the galactic landscape, forever proving that the best victory is the one where everyone wins. They bragged about their fleets, until they saw human battleships, and everything changed. Not through violence, through vision, through showing a better way. And the galaxy chose to follow that vision. Not because they were forced, because they wanted to, because it made sense, because partnership felt better than conflict. That is humanity's true power. Not their technology, their philosophy, not their weapons, their wisdom, not their ability to destroy, their choice not to. And that choice makes all the difference. The new galaxy is born, not through conquest, through cooperation, not through fear, through hope, not through power alone, through power paired with purpose. And at last, the bragging stops completely, replaced by something better. Mutual respect, genuine partnership, shared vision of a better future. The human battleships changed everything, not by firing, by existing, by showing what is possible when strength serves higher purposes than dominance alone. The galaxy learned, the galaxy grew, the galaxy chose better, and everyone benefited. Even those who once bragged about their fleets now smile when they remember that day. The day everything changed, the day they met humans, the day the galaxy discovered that the strongest power is the power to choose peace. That lesson echoes forever.